US Classic Muscle Cars loves convertibles, and we're ready to take a ride. Stay tuned and watch our next video. Don't forget to share and like.
Okay, hi, Howard Petty, my name. I built this 1967 replica Shell Valley Cobra. It's something I did as I turned 60, so I had, as I got older, I got away from motorcycles. And had their paint done on there, but put the motor and trans assembly in out at Nebraska with the company and brought it home, finished it up at home. It took about a year and a half. It has a all aluminum Heritage ZL1 Chevy in it. Mm-hmm. There's only 427 of those motors in existence. It's one of them in here. Built as a general cruise car and driver, and it's got 22,000 miles on it in 6 years. It's been halfway across the country already a couple times. Just been a good toy to play with. Go for cruising and sightseeing and do the national parks with my wife, and it's just a pleasure to go out and have fun with. And it's a rolling car show everywhere you go. The top is removable, and you can say I've got much more fun with the top off. And for anybody that wonders, it did do 1194 and a quarter mile this weekend, and drove it out to the strip and drove it home. It's just regular street radials, not drag radials. It's set up with a Ford 9-inch back end, coil over 4-link, and local.
How long did it take to build all this?
From the time I started till I had it titled was about a year and 9 months. So that was. It was an exercise in learning how cars are built.
Tell me about the engine again. Why is it so rare?
Well, GM redid the ZL1. It's based off the original ZL1. It's an all aluminum 427 cubic inch big block.
Okay.
They built just 427 of them, and they will never build another aluminum big block again. So this is number 214 of the run. The actual valve cover has a 214/427 is the actual serial number of the motor.
Can we see that?
Yes. And this one's mated with a Tremec TKO 600 transmission. It's a 5-speed with an overdrive.
There's that number there.
Yeah,
now
that's.
They did that for a commemorative run, or?
Yeah, basically because I guess really this was the first mass-produced aluminum big block back in the late 60s, and they did this just as kind of a thing for that. So just decided I wanted something different, so something a little bit different with this motor, and it's I would guess about 500 to 520 crankshaft horsepower. It's a little over 400 at the tires, and about 23 to 2,400 total pounds weight of the car.
And what kind of rims do you have on here?
These are billet specialties, aluminum. They're just polished aluminum. There's no chroming or anything on them. So he's a local outfit here in LaGrange.
Right, yeah.
They do
local but national.
Yes, well, yeah,
Internet.
Knew Glenn since back when he started with the billet work from his dad, and they do very high quality work.
Right.
Several other parts came out of him, and
look at the tread on That's amazing.
yeah, they're 11-inch rears, 7-inch fronts, 315 tires on the back, and 235s on the front. Just stay with the 17, so I have at least some sidewall yet.
Right.
Because the shorter the sidewall, the harsher the ride, and it does make a difference. So.
Now, do you let anyone else drive this car?
To date, no. Actually, I'm set up with Haggerty for the value-rated insurance. And in Illinois, basically everybody in your household who can drive is supposed to be insured. They actually made my sons both sign waivers that they would not drive the car, and they are not insured on it.
Wow.
So it's one of those deals. They don't want anybody under 30 years old driving a car like this, which might be a little over the edge, but I understand the safety factor because it can get away from you if you don't know how to handle the power.
Sure.
And it's like anything. I kind of like some of the old expressions. There's no such thing as too much power or too much brake. It's only too much application of one or the other to get you in trouble.
Right. So what's next? Just enjoying the car, right?
Yeah, I just, we're getting ready to go down in September. We're going to go down to French Lick and meet up with the Kentucky Cobra Club and do a cruise down there. and I'll drive it from here to there. You know, my wife will go on a 3 or 4 hour cruise. Anything longer than that, we have to trailer the car. She, you know, we've gone out to Colorado with it, did a cruise with the Mile High Cobra Club. We went out to South Dakota and did all the national parks out there. I did a trip last year down to Nashville, Chattanooga, and over into Birmingham, Alabama, and then came back home with it and did about 2,000 miles in 6 days. And it's actually fairly comfortable to drive.
And you're, what are you, like 6'4"?
I'm 6'5",
6'5",
so I set it up for me, and the driver's seat is set on the floor with, you know, not a lot of cushion, but with lumbar support, it's fine to go. They're Kirky race tubs, so, and surprisingly comfortable. I've done, you know, probably 8 hours in a day of driving, and not a problem other than gas stops and grab a cup of coffee and go on. So it's been good. And
oh, I'm sorry.
And then one.
Please like and share all of our videos.